Hello guys, in this video we will take a look at how easy is it to implement basic functionality provided by Split.io. If you haven't heard about Split.io, they have this great product which allows you to control your application features in the real time, even when the application is, for example, deployed in the production environment. Before we start, let's take a look at the key components and solutions where we could use this product, the Split.io. So some key components, they have open source SDKs. They provide the SDKs for all the major languages. So you should be able to implement this product in almost any application. Feature flags, this is the main functionality which allows you to turn off the features. They have the management console where you can set up everything, and also they have quite good results and analytics which can help you see the impact of each feature when it's on or off. And if you look at the solutions which could be used for this, so this could be used by engineering teams, product management teams, and many other teams, and use cases are really a lot of them where we could leverage this feature. Split.io also has some great videos which shows all the cool features and things you could do with the platform, which I will not be showing in this video, but I will link all the interesting materials and videos in the description so you can check them out. Okay, so before we start, I will show you the application where I want to use this the Split.io. So this is an example from a well-known application. It's to do MVC. It's an example which is implemented in many languages. This specific example is written in React, and it's simple to do app. And in this application, I have a feature which is this food bar, and I have new versions of this feature. I have a new food bar which shows the some additional information, and I want to show you how we could use Split.io to control to which user this new feature is served. So let's get started. And the best place to start is in the documentation. So first we need to set up Split account. So I already have Split account. They have free trial for 14 days, so you can just register and get your trial account and test everything out without paying anything. So my account is ready. Next I will need to install Split SDK into my application, and because I'm using this is web application which is written in JavaScript, I will use JavaScript SDK. So first what we need to do is to import SDK into the project so the Split.io is loaded. We could use the CDN, or it could be directly an application. I will use the CDN version. Let me just open the application. Here is my app, and let's edit the index.html, and let's add the Split.io SDK. Okay, next step is use feature flag. Before we start with this, let's jump to the Split.io interface and set up our new feature. Let's start with creating a new segment. Split.io segment is like a group of users which are targeted for something. So let's call this segment, for example, video. I'll create a segment, add it to some environment. In this case, let's use production environment, and let's create a new user. Let's just create, for example, user 1. Add, and we have our segment created, and let's create the actual split, which is most important. The split feature, new split. The split will be called footer, and let's create it. Okay, let's start from the scratch. First, it will. Okay, so we will have two treatments in this filter. One is on and off. Let's use as a default off. So does that get a description? So for on, it will be new filter is shown, new filter with count is shown, and alt filter without count. And of course, you could add more treatments, more versions, more things which could happen. But let's just start with these two. We could also whitelist for specific users. Traffic allocation, we want all the users coming to the split to be used. And let's add a targeting rule. So if the user is in segment, let's select the segment video, then serve on. This will be our targeting rule. And if this is not met, then the default rule is applied, and in this case the user will not be shown, or it will be off treatment. Okay, let me save it. So this is our first simple split. And let's actually put it into our application. So they have great feature where you can click at this menu, click on syntax, and we have already ready the code, all the code which is needed to copy to our application. Before we start, let's check the APK, which is this is the APK which is set. We have MO0. You can find all your APKs in the admin panel around the APKs. And in this case, there are different APKs, and because we will be showing this will be publicly. This APK will be saved publicly, so we need to check that it's the correct public key, which is set for the production environment. It's a browser type, and you can learn more about the types of APKs in the documentations. But let's just check that it's a browser type, and in some case we can revoke the APK. So let's back to my split. So JavaScript. So first we will need to initialize the split IO. Let me check. Okay, so we will start with the app JSX. Okay, so somewhere at the beginning we can create our factory, which will be split IO, and this is the APK, and this is the user ID. This case should be like the same we set up or in our segment. And because I want to be able to control this dynamically, I will code it so I will be able to take it from the URL. So let's get ID, and if it's not set, if it's defined, let's use it. If it's not, let's use simple user. Okay, so this would be like the initialization. Next, we have to fire up our client. So just client. And the last thing is, before we use like the get treatment, we have to ensure that the split SDK is loaded. So let's just copy the client on, and this thing we will want to do before our render, before our function. So I will be using the treatment. I will be using in the render or in the class. So before it's rendered, let's put it into in here. So we are sure that the split SDK is ready. Okay, and let's put the code which will actually split the. So in here we are creating the footer. So let's copy the if. Serve. So, and we have to also get the treatment first before using it. Let's use const here. Okay, so if the treatment is on, we will want to use new footer, which is I have already this prepared in this application. It's called to footer version 2. And if the treatment is not enabled, let's just show the user the previous footer which was there up until now. So let's copy this in here and let's use the default footer. And here is control code. So what is control code? Control code is initials in case the feature is, for example, killed or it's not working. And basically, in this case, we could have this code as a control code, so we don't need the free versions. We can just have it like just like this. So if the treatment is on, show the new version. Otherwise, show the old one. Okay, and that should be it. So let's imagine that we deploy this application into the production, and it's already served in the production. So here's our app, and it's already serving the latest code. As you can see, the footer is still the same because we are not identifying ourselves. So I implemented it that it's by this URL param. So if you identify also as user1, you can see that the split IO already worked, and it's showing new footer. It's with the number of the items which are left to be completed. And this ID, it could be taken from the, for example, from the login, or it could be created some other way in our application. And let's take a look at our split, how it's working. So we can see some results. Sometimes it may take some time for the results to show up in the split IO, but we should see the definition which users are it's already in here. So we had one impression on, second on off, and one unique user. And from the implementation part, that's it. It was pretty easy. We just added the split IO initialization. We make sure that the SDK is ready, and then we just use a simple if. And I use it in this code, but we could also use it, for example, in the React template rendering. Like, so if we would write if treatment, for example, is on, we could use this element, or we could create a different element. So we could use it even like this without any problem. So yeah, that's it. And imagine that it's already in the production. This is deployed on the server, and the for example product team or anyone else could simply, for example, change the definitions of this split. They could add new targeting rules, target different part of customers, or for example, or show this only to the QA teams, show this only to the employees, and have some internal testing or anything like this. And Split IO has one additional thing, and there is one more cool feature which is called kill switch. So imagine that this is application, it's already in the production, and right now you find out that there is some serious bug with the new feature, and it's already served to many customers. You have like many different targeting rules, and you need to immediately stop this new feature and roll back to the old one. And all you have to do in this case is to use the kill switch. So you kill the split. So let's go just write down the kill, and the split is killed, which means all the users should be served with the old function feature, which should be definitely working. So let's check it out. And as you can see, the feature is killed. I'm still identifying as a user one, which should be served this new feature, and I haven't done any changes to the actual code, and we are served the old working food bar. Okay, that would be all in this video. We just take a look at how easy it is to implement basic functionality of the Split IO. There is definitely more to this technology. If you have any questions to the video, leave the comments down below. We can try to reply to them, and check out the Split IO and the documentation. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.